Yo, it's that time of year, huge, massive haul. We got figures, we got costumes, we got Jason, we have Pennywise, and it's all gonna go down right now. So I say we get it. You guys stopped in the right channel today. We have tons of bags from Spirit of Halloween, from Target, some stuff that have come through the mail. And yes, we are going to get it out of the package today. We got Chucky, we got some Beetlejuice, we got some old school Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what? We're going to start out with this one. Might as well. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to check these out, these are very similar to the NECA figure as far as like scale goes, but literally a fraction of the cost, which is crazy because most of these, actually pretty much all of them, do include cloth fabric goods, and anytime there's an upgrade done by NECA, that's usually an upcharge. So yeah, points of articulation also identical. You can see right there in the back, you got 14 points of articulation. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take them out so you guys can get a good idea as to what these figures are bringing. And 15 bucks, dude. You find these at Wally World, you really can't go wrong. And look, accessories all included. So it looks like you're also gonna be getting a chainsaw included with this, and rightfully so. You cannot have Texas Chainsaw Massacre if the man doesn't bring the damn chainsaw. So here it is, you guys, check it out. We got really no paint apps. I mean, there's a few of them. You can see the yellow being the pronounced color, but anything past that, you're really not going to get much. And yes, he will definitely be added to the massive box of horror figures. So turn on that notification bell and come back to the channel. If you guys are stopping by, hit that subscribe button and don't end up like Leatherface, man. Look at this guy's face. This is what ends up happening when you become a WHF subby. You get all stitched up, you put a smile on, you go dancing in the rain, and then you bring the trench coat with you. You guys, all joking aside, these are great looking figures. The finish, it's just perfect. I mean, you can see all the tears, all the cuts. They've all been put in here. The paint apps too. They're doing some great work with the mask. As far as the sculpting, great, you guys. I mean, all this is fabric, literally from the neck down. So as far as like the authenticity of what the actual gear, dude, Mega Horrors, that's right. That's who made this. Not Mega, but Mego. They got this whole line going on, and they got several other characters. I know we got some more in these bags, so we're going to go through that, but we're going to jump around because these bags are literally filled with all kinds. Now that we were talking about NECA, we are going to bring these up to the frame. We do have Chucky, and we have his wife, Tiffany. She's got the sword, she's got the knife, she's got the stick. Well, there's no swords in there, but you know what? Let's get it out of the box so we can get a closer look at it so they can join the rest of the squad right there in the back. Really not much going on. I mean, if you do want to, you can see that it's all trimmed up right there, so you can go in there with your scissors and have a nice little backdrop. But if you don't, and if you just want to rip it out, that's what we're coming here to do. Chucky, let's get you out. These are tied down by, it looks like some kind of rubber band, but all you got to do, my friends, is slip it out, fight through it. Hopefully it doesn't break the cigarette. We got to be a little bit cautious. Go over the thumb, around the finger, through the hole, over there, and then the knife, man. We need the damn knife, but you know what? There is tape in the way. We got tape in the way, but it's all good because the knife is going to help us cut through it. Let's do it. There you go. Let's get that going. Let's put it on Chucky because he is ready for his very first victim. And it actually does have an insert to put it in there. So as far as him coming after his wife, it's going to be easy comings. Check it out, you guys. Here's Bride. She just came home. She's like, I had a terrible day at work. Chucky, you better make it work out. Well, guess what? Slice. There. That's how we handle it. Check out the head, you guys. We got a whole bunch of stitch work. This is after the gruesomeness that the man had gone through. The rebuilding process, it is happening right now, and it's starting from the top, working all the way down, even down towards the bottom. You can see how it continues through the rest of the suit. We are getting a little bit of paint going down right here with the shoes. We got the white soles, white shoelaces, bright red shoes. He's got to impress the wifey, man. He's got to be like, yo, you like my shoes? I love them. But why aren't you showing me? Well, that's why we're bringing you up, man. You can see that the dimples, no different than the actual regular NECA figure. You can see the representation. I think they might have just went out, flat out used the exact same scans, because from what I'm picking up, you guys, I'm seeing a lot of resemblance. So we're going to have to throw these right there also into the horror box to do a little side-by-side comparison, but that's going to have to come a little bit later because we got tons of figs, you guys. We even got Beetlejuice Only thing is that I'm not going to say it 3 times. I said it once. We're going to stop right there on the back. Same thing, you guys. All these will have the same layout, except it's going to be based on their specific setting. So for Beetlejuice, it's going to be the desert, and then eventually transition into a little tiny city. Who remembers the movie, right? They were up in the attic. They were checking out the situation. They had just moved into the house, and this guy, he was just waiting right there. He says, are you guys going to come up? Are you going to make some wishes? Do you have some problems? Well, I tell you what, biggest problem right now is that these freaking, rubber bands, they're killing me. All right, little struggle, little fight, but Beetlejuice is out, and he is posing right there with a purpose, and that's how you properly do it. You can't just be presenting yourself up in the attic if you're not going to make a grand slam introduction, and I think NECA did just that. Facial expression on the money. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I think we said it a little bit more, but you know what? We got the green. We got some goos. We got some ooze, so it's going to be all freaking awesome. Now, these figures, they really don't have that much articulation. You'll really only get something going on in the head, in the shoulder, and the legs. Not for this one, but I know for some of the other characters, they actually did incorporate that. The suit, love the suit, you guys. We're definitely going to go ahead and dissect these a little bit more, but I also want to get these bobbleheads out. Now, not necessarily out of the package, but I do want to show you what's going on, because the way that I'm seeing it, it is that hard plastic. These have that encasing where you really got to go in there with the knife, get the cutting, get the stabbing. Since we went that far, we might as well go in with the rest. We're going to do it at least for Pennywise, Chucky, Jason. The rest, we're going to have to go ahead and go through those a little bit later. All right, backdrop, let's get that out. Let's see if the man brought a balloon for us. I do see it in the figure, but in the backdrop, yes, even on the backdrop, we got a bright yellow balloon. We got body knockers. So all you got to do, you just put these by the light, which actually for me, it doesn't make sense, because most of these guys usually come out in the dark, right? They come out at nighttime. They're hanging out. They're waiting for you to come say hi. But in order to do that, oh man, I don't want to do that to the actual logo, because the way that I'm seeing it, it's all taped up right here. So we'll get the knifey, man. I don't want to destroy that perfectly it logo. Look at that. Pure nostalgia at its best. Let's get all this damn packaging out of the way, because we ain't going to be able to show the WHF fam as to what the hell these do. So there's a button right here on the side. You push that, and he's supposed to rock back and forth, but we need a little bit of some of that UV light right there. You see that? So you soak that in. You put it right there in the office, side by side. And I do like these, you guys. Really like the whole style of this. Obviously, they are a little bit cartoonish, but at the same time, I think the representation, it's working really good. The jacket, the whole scruffles, all of that. So yeah, we're gonna have to charge these up some, get them right there, get them all gloomed up. Chucky, here's the Chucky, you guys. He is coming with the knife. So right, we got the balloon for Pennywise. Chucky, it only makes sense that the man, the good guy, brings the good toys with them. I do think that's exactly what we're bringing right here to the WHF fam. Good guy, good toys, tons of toys, and the costumes. I can't wait to get into these costumes, because we got some great stuff going on this year right there. Back, you can see how it does, right? So you bring it out, you put it by the window, you get the man smiling. He got his vitamin D. I mean, how can the man not be happy if he didn't get his vitamin D? Now, Pennywise, earlier, later, younger, retro, newer version, also with a balloon. Only difference is that on this one, we're getting the red. On the older one, we're getting the yellow. You know what would have been cool? I would have loved to see these if they had literally like the whole freaking handle, right? The whole handful of balloons, and then you could pass it out to Beetlejuice. You can pass it out to Chucky, and then we can have a whole celebration of figgies. Right now, hold on, we got some more. We got some more Tiny Tooners. We got Regan. We have, what do we got? We got the Nun. We have Nosferatu. We have Sam. Oh, Sam I Am. You know what? I got to get Sam I Am, because we are getting some interchanging options. And we got even more, you guys. I'm telling you, the bags, they are full to the brim. And we need to get Sam, because he's got that trick or treat already on the back right there. We got tons of writing on the wall, right? That's all they wanted to do. They just wanted to ride a bus. They thought they were going to go to a camp, but instead they signed up for a little bit more than they bargained for. They went trick-or-treating. Eventually, they ended up getting the wrong candy, and that's what we're getting right here. We got it in the bag, the satchel. It is all filled with Snickers, with Twix, Starburst, you name it. You're going to see it all in here, and you can put it on his hand. So if you guys were curious, like, are you going to be able to put that on his hand? The answer is absolutely. Let's go ahead and do it right there for the fam, are we going to do it on the right? No, let's do it on the left. We are going to also interchange the head because we are going to have some options with this figure. Pry that open, slip it in, get it going, put the head on. Well, let's put this one on first, and then we'll check out the alternate option. So here it is, all the stitch, the eyes, they're all done up. Again, similar to the actual NECA, but I think what they did right here with the Toonie Terrors, and no, I'm not going to call him Sam I Am. That's just engraved. Dr. Seuss, too much childhood going on right here. So the fact that they brought this much attention to this figure, I got to say they did a great job. And the way that he holds it, when you do display him, you can see how the bag, it's like perfectly angled right there to the floor. So you can go ahead and put this brand new one, or instead of the bag of candy, which you could do. Now you got options with this. You actually do have a sucker. Only difference is that the man, he took a damn bite out of it. Like, what the hell? How are you going to be eating my candy before you make it out to the house? Well, that's what Sam does, dude. So let's go ahead and change it out and show them what the skull looks like. And this is the great way to present it. I mean, you could call it a pumpkin, but at the same time, it's like a pumpkin shaped out just like a skull. So Sam, you're going right there. Now for the nun, oh man, she's a little bit too scared for my liking. The teeth, they are right there. She's like ready to come at me. But before we do, we're going to put you to the side because Regan wants to come up. I mean, ladies first. And yes, the nun is a lady, but I think Regan, she shows a little bit more of that lady character. And if you guys are curious what I mean by that, well, just look at that. This is what happens when you take them out. You do a little bit too more. Next thing you know, they end up in the bushes. They end up puking all this green. Actually, I think if this was, let's go ahead and say it was St. Patty's Day, right? She was drinking all that St. Patty's brewskis. She got into the wrong one. Unfortunately, that one had a little bit of salmonella, and then her stomach, it just wasn't settling properly. So what she did, not with this head scan, but with the interchanging one, oh yeah, she ended up puking it all out. Look at this. This is insane. The fact that they included this as an actual option, and if she was, let's go ahead and say that she went ahead and partaked in the Mortal Kombat tournament, what would be her fatality? I think this would be it. I don't know if it's going to go in there though, you guys. It really just doesn't want to play out. All you got to do is shove it in there, and it's still not going in. So I'm going to have to do some modifications, but you guys get the idea, right? Finish him. Pretty cool. And then even on the shirt top right there, you can see how all the throw up, all the puke, it's scattered all throughout. Pretty pleased how this ended up turning out. Now let's get in here because we still got even more. Actually, I got a lot of NECA figures as well for the regular line, so we'll get that right there in just a sec. I want to get Ash out. What else we got? We got Leatherface all the way inside the bag, and it looks like we have one more bobblehead. I'm going to stop calling them that. I mean, that's actually what actually comes to mind when you talk about these, but at the same time, they are called body knockers. So NECA bringing their own style right there with it all, right? And the head scan on this, they are overly proportioned, but I think this is working right there for Mr. Michael Myers. Now, Ash, we got some zombies, man. We need to take care of some zombie work, and I think this is going to be the man to do it. Leatherface, too, he's going to help him out. So the man of the chainsaw has been brought in multiple forms. One, in Toonie Terrors, and then earlier, as you guys did see right there, with the Mega Horrors. So yes, these are all going to come out of the package, but we need to keep going through these bags, you guys. Before we can get more out of these out of the bags, I want to show you all the costume ideas, and as I told you in the comments, let me know what you guys plan on dressing up as for Halloween. Whether it's the man in your dreams right here, Freddy Krueger, this is so freaking cool. Now, obviously, as you guys can tell, they really went out of their way to capture all that nastiness in the forehead, in the nose, even the teeth. You can see some of the blood, all the victims that the man has eaten up. It's all right there. And yes, we're going to go ahead and put these on. We're going to do some skits, because I know you guys love those. And one that definitely needs to be brought. I know we didn't use them in last year's video, but it needs to happen this year. Ghostface, I mean, this guy's one of the ultimate killers, right? So having the costume, if you guys didn't see that either, you need to go on the channel. There was a whole tournament. It was Chucky, Pennywise, Michael Myers, all the top horror guys. They were all there, so he definitely needs to partake in that, and so does Freddy Krueger. He's got the claws, and I know the claws, they should be somewhere inside that bag, so as we do go through it, you will see the continuation of that costume. Now, this is adult scale. I do have smaller ones in there, and we'll get that in just a sec. But yes, claws not included, but we had to pick that up for sure. Now, inside, what do we got? Okay, so it looks like we got some more of the Mega Horrors, and we do have Silence of the Lambs, and I actually kind of wish I would have found the actual yellow jumpsuit, the one where actually, if you guys ever picked up the NECA version, that one one came with the whole stretcher. They did make a similar one of that, so if you guys end up finding that in the wild, hit me up, man. We can do some trade skis. I would love to, but you know what? Let's get this one out so you guys can see the actual mask that is coming right there. You can't see it on the figure itself. It is going to be located at the very bottom on the back right there. It's telling you to hush, hush, because the bees, they're going to sting you if you decide to run it, right? So there's the mask. So if you want to put that right there on that Ballard custom, which I do believe I definitely plan on doing, or we can actually go ahead and put it on the damn figure that it came with. Why are you always trying to put masks on other characters? Well, it's Halloween, man. That's what we're doing it. If we weren't, then we wouldn't be picking up all these damn costumes. Now we got some man from the swamp, right? We have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Woo! Now, back in the day, I'm going to tell you this. People, they were a lot easier to scare. You didn't need a Chucky. You didn't need a Pennywise. All you needed to tell the kids was, go down by the lake, see if you find that man swimming around. And I don't know if you actually would be scary. I mean, there is some kind of, I know there's a movie. I think it's called Luna or Luno or something. It's on Netflix. Let me know in the comments what the hell I'm talking about. But I would actually consider those characters really no different as to what the man from the lagoon, oh, I'm coming to get you. No, you can't quite yet because we still need some candy. We got them Skittles. Why the hell do we got Skittles in here? And it looks like we got a mask. Oh, that's right. When we were at the costume place, we had to try stuff on. So I just threw it in the bag. I'm like, I'm going to bring it right there with the sinister puppet. Now, luckily for this, we actually already do have the extra accessories, not the actual tricycle mask itself, and you'll see that right there. You'll see the cheekies. So once we try these on, you guys are going to get a good idea as to what they're bringing. Now, we got one all the way in the back here, and what I'm going to do with this one is that I'm just going to go ahead and dump it out. Let's dump it out. Let's see what we got. We got some spirit of Halloween. We got some hammers. We got them gloves. We got kitchen knives, all sorts of stuff. I literally just made up that song, you guys. So if you did like it, drop a like, man. Let me know, because here are the claws that we were talking about earlier. We got the Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, and no, these are not real, even though they do look pretty real. They're all just plastic, but it's a shiny plastic that really gives it that likeness. Now, I did say kitchen knife, and we are going to need that. This is a very important tool, really, in any horror video that we might end up doing. And again, dude, I could have just easily gone into the kitchen, but the thing is that if I would have used that and put that into the video, we could have had some serious problems. Now, for the hammer, this hammer, oh, dude, I can actually already see this in multiple scenarios. Obviously, if you want to do something right there in the circus and have that whole circus theme, you'll be able to have that with this. But I'm talking about like a street fight, right? You pull this out from underneath the ring, you bring it out kind of like what the Fiend did, except his was overly proportioned. And this is maybe where he had gotten the original idea. Since we are talking about the Fiend, and I know we're kind of far out, but you know what? We're never too far out for a Fiend on the shelf, and we got him right there inserted. This is so cool. I actually always wanted to get this out, so we're going to go ahead and do it. I ordered this last year, but I wanted to wait for you guys, so that way you guys can get the true feeling as to what WWE brought. And I'm definitely going to consider this horror. Even though WWE killed it, AEW, they are going to revive it, not necessarily in this specific format, but just wait and see, you guys. You'll see that the gloves, they'll still be brought over, except instead of hurt and heal, it's going to be something completely different. And I think there is one more knife. Yes, there is one knife hiding all the way back here. We got Friday the 13th. We got Jason Voorhees proper equipment, and it is all stitched up. That's how he does it, man. I mean, think about all the battles that this man has gone through. You can see all that right there on the blade. This is so freaking sick, you guys. Now, I think that's pretty much all of the weapons that were inside that bag, but it doesn't mean that we are stopping there. No. When I said we had figgies, we have a whole bunch. We got Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Never got this. This will definitely join the big box of horrors. We also have the woman that is responsible for finally closing the final coffin, the final nail on that coffin right there. Check it out. We got the gun. We got the shotty. We got the knife. We even got her regular face. So if she wants to go ahead and read a nice book, she's going to have that option with the glasses. Now up top, this is kind of like a dually. You can't show one without showing the other. We have the Puppet Master. We have Pinhead. We have Blade. We got Torch all inside in the style. This is kind of like a book. Really cool how they did this. You can see literally all of the accessories. And yes, we're going to get these out on that big box of horror figures. We got a really really truly show the people as to what they did with these. And a lot of people were waiting on these. I know that there was an earlier set that was put out. I'm not sure if it was NECA. I think it was the toy company that was making the horror figures prior to that. But I think the as far as like scale and proportion, they should fit a lot better right there with the 8-inch scale. So pretty cool. And then we also got some Predator all the way back here. We have the Alpha and a very special figure too, you guys. This is the 100th anniversary, and I know this one, once it's officially sold out, it's definitely going to be a hot one. Rhino Alien 2, I believe that's the last NECA horror figure right there inside. We got them right there. And nostalgia, dude, you cannot say childhood if you don't bring these colors with this. I mean, this is the haul, you guys. Tons of figures, tons of costumes, too many terrors. We're going to continue with this, so turn on that notification bell. We got to get that big box of horror. Freddy, you joining? Oh, he's always here. Again, if you guys are stopping by for the first time, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and we'll see you horror figures on the next one.